Role playing.
All right, this is the Earn's World Podcast. Welcome back. It's your host, DJ Earn1.
And this your boy, Diff Hue.
And today we got a special guest. I'll let him introduce himself.
Yeah, it's your boy Ishmael. What's good with it?
Facts. But it's the homie Ish. Used to live down the block, but he's about to move to LA. So we have to send him off the right way.
A.K.A. Charlie Classic.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Big facts. But yeah, Ish, I guess tell people how you ended up here in PDX and tell people why you, I guess, what's taking you to where you going to next.
Yeah.
Hold on. I hate to be that one to cut you off before you start, but you know I got to add one thing.
What's up?
He from Charlotte, man.
Oh, that's
the motherfuckers,
facts.
Might be. That's real shit. That's how we connected. This is Charlotte chapter we talking, man.
So I mean, for real, I met Ish through one of the homies, another homie, Justin, that I got out here from Charlotte. Was in like a focus group initially. We started talking. We were like, blase, I'm from X, Y, and Z. He was like, blase, I'm from X, Y, and Z. And we was like, oh, where in the city you grow up? Told me the side of town he grew up in. Asked him who we knew down there that I knew. He pretty much knew all the same people. Then we exchanged contact info. Then I ended up meeting him. I ended up meeting Ish through the homie Justin. He was like, there's another homie out here from Charlotte that you should meet. And then the rest is kind of history. We've been kind of cool ever since. And then through me, Tevin and Ish met. And like I said, the rest is kind of history.
Yeah, man. So I just had to add that because motherfuckers love to leave the good shit out.
I forgot about that. That's a major detail.
That is a very major detail because, like, a lot of people from Charlotte are actually out here, and it's cool to have, like, a connection, you know what I'm saying? Because we really do kind of, like, stay in contact at least. And if, we find out somebody that's from Charlotte is here, it's like, yo, we welcome everybody. It's like, yo, let's get together.
Yeah, facts. We also got some other homies in the room, JC and Ali. Ali is also from North Carolina. He's just from a little further north in the state. He's from Greensboro.
Got some Carolinians in the building.
But yeah, and JC, young Cali over there, young Cali kid. Yeah.
Appreciate y'all showing up and pulling up on us.
Big facts.
But yeah, man, homie Ish, man, you leaving us, man.
Leaving us, man. You going to LA.
Yeah, man. I'm excited, man. Like, for real. Yeah, I'll tell y'all a little bit about myself, for real. Name is Ishmael. Been out in Portland for about 4.5 years now. Like I said, I'm from Charlotte. Moved out here I've been in a lot of different places. Born in Florida, Orlando, Tallahassee, Charlotte.
Speak up a little bit more.
Yo, can you hear me?
Yep.
I bet. Yeah, so I've been in a lot of different places. Born in Florida, moved to Charlotte, went to school in Indiana, went to Purdue University. From there, I got my first job in Seattle. Now I'm in Portland. And then since I mostly work remote, I decided to move out to LA, see something different. I was getting tired of the Pacific Northwest. It's been smooth, but the weather, the people are cool. But, I just want like a bigger community as well. So, and some more sun.
Faster pace?
Faster pace, more things to do, more things to see. So,
that shit.
Pacific Northwest is a cool stepping stone, but I'm excited to step out and see something new for real.
Facts. I mean, which part of LA you moving to?
I'll be in downtown. I know it has like a little bad rep, but it's 2023. So, it's a little bit better down there. I won't say it's been gentrified, but
it's gentrified.
It's gentrified. So it's a little bit nicer than what it was back in the day, but like I said, I'm excited to be out there, excited to be with like a lot of my homies. A lot of them are from Charlotte as well, so it'll be good like connecting back with them. And just meeting like a lot of locals and seeing what the city has to offer,
Nah, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's definitely fair. That's one thing I kind of miss about, and I feel like I might have mentioned this in one of our earlier episodes. If not, I definitely mentioned it in one of our like test runs, so it's a little hazy, but I moved out here from New York, so for me it was tough to get over the hurdle of not having like, I don't know, like subcultures that I'm interested in to directly tap into. Because like in New York, pretty much every subculture exists. I imagine it's the same in LA. I mean, you could probably confirm. You used to live there.
I've never been to New York though.
Yeah, but I mean.
So, but I kind of feel like, yeah, we always look at those two cities as like the staples of certain situations.
Yeah, they're like they offer essentially the same thing, but on different sides of the country.
That's very true. So yeah, I feel you, definitely.
Yeah, because like I'll get this way. I tell people all the time, if you're interested in music, comedy,
fashion.
poetry, fashion, all that stuff. I'm like, yeah, that 100% exists in New York. Like, even if you don't work in those spaces, you can easily tap into it just based on the people you'll bump into and run into in the city.
Which still exists now, but I feel like that shit is, you can really get it anywhere, man. Which is one.
Yeah, now with the internet.
Yeah, but I mean, of course, it's like, not to get off subject, but that's always been a thing, like New York or LA. That's like place people want to go there and shit. And of course, I've been there and I to see it for myself. But at the end of the day, I really realized that all that shit just comes down to relationships and people you know, which you can get anywhere.
Yeah, but at the same time, you still got to be able to physically or have the means to physically get to the place if you want to actually like physically tap in.
I mean, I think your biggest hubs are always going to be LA and New York, right? Like,
Yeah.
those people are always
Biggest hubs.
Yeah, and they're always like going in and out between each other. So
That is true.
those are always going to be your hub for anything entertainment, and those are always going to be the places where people go to like build their careers. So obviously you can do it in other places as well, but it's probably going to be a little bit slower. So that's why people always go to like LA and New York.
Yeah, those places are for real. But like those are constants in terms of like you said, getting your career off the ground and stuff like that, depending on what you want to do.
Yeah.
Which is funny because we are all from the same place. So you're right. Because coming from Charlotte and then coming here and then you going to LA, it's like we kind of swap, but still it's like you see, you know the pace.
Yeah.
Like coming from where we from, you see what pace is like. And I feel like you can see that too. Like you moving to New York, like North Carolina's a slow paced city, bro. Like especially where we from. But Charlotte is like we are outside of Charlotte. We're Concord.
Yeah,
Charlotte is
technically.
faster paced than Concord, and that's slow pace.
Yeah.
Still, you know what I'm saying? So when you go into a bigger city, like you're really dealing with a whole new different like vibe and energy. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is though, me living out in LA, knowing what I know now. Well, knowing when I lived in LA and knowing what I know now, I'm like, shit, if I would have like been there with the knowledge I have now, things would have been different, obviously. But I feel like I would still much rather be here than in LA with the knowledge I have, because it's like, for some reason, Portland seems like a place where people is connected with LA and New York all the time, in a sense. Like people are like they travel in and out. This is like a hub almost in the sense of like connecting two places.
Well, yeah, I mean, you
or
also
like
got
all around the world.
You also have, I mean, just I was thinking of the agencies and the brands that exist out here. Like you got Nike here, you got Adidas here, you have the agencies that support those brands here. So like they're always doing work out of studios based in New York and LA. Mm-hmm. And I mean, it was just honestly a lot of those brands like key markets. So it's like in order for them to really, I don't know, really speak to their consumer, they have to create the content in those spaces in order to, you know, resonate with who they're trying to speak to.
Are you leaving more so for like work related? I feel like obviously it's probably a 50-50, but is it really like, what is it really for you? Is it like work or is it lifestyle that you really aiming for in LA?
Yeah, so for me, at least like initially, it's 100% like lifestyle, right? Like for me, I want, again, I mentioned this earlier, I want better lifestyle in regards to just one, being able to go outside all the time because the weather's nice. I want the sun, like being out here in this weather, the rain, the snow. I mean, it doesn't snow that often, but the rain, the constant gray weather definitely messes with my mental. And because of that, like I've always felt myself like getting kind of down in the wintertime, you know, that seasonal depression and stuff. So
Yep.
for me, I feel like going out to LA will help like alleviate a lot of that. Especially being a Caribbean boy, like I need some sun, I need that vitamin D. So I think that'll help me just like be in a constant better mood. And then obviously with the grind of LA as well, you know, constantly like want to be a little bit more and like constantly like just always being on the grind and that hustle. Hopefully it'll help me just like constantly keep going in my career.
Sharpen that sword.
Yeah, meeting people, networking, and just constantly growing for real. So it's a lot. That's like mainly what I'm looking forward to when I go to LA.
Sounds like lifestyle, but strategic too.
Yeah.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Because, yeah, I feel that though.
Yeah. And I don't plan on being out there forever. Like, you know, I'm about to turn 30 soon this year. So for me, I do want to buy a house eventually. I want to settle down. So I don't know how long I'll be out there just because the houses out there that you really want are like millions of dollars. So probably move back to the South eventually, or maybe
Every house out there is millions of dollars.
Oh, yeah, no, for sure.
I want to visit Canada, man. I think I'm going to end up going to visit
You
Canada.
said BC, right?
Yep.
I've never been to Vancouver, BC. Any of y'all been to Vancouver?
Yeah.
No?
Yeah, I've been there.
How was it?
It's boring as hell.
Damn. Well, see, I want to go there more for like art and film, so
What if
it might be a little different from my perspective.
What about it's boring? Because I heard it's kind of dope, but
I heard it's dope from my, like I'm saying, it depends on what you're getting into.
Yeah, I mean, like for me, I didn't really know what was out there for like I went out there just on a whim with some friends, and the only thing like we really saw was like Granville Island. Like I didn't feel like there was like much to do out there.
Shit, you got Narwhal out there.
He's right. He's in Vancouver.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm sure he's not kicking him with
Narwhal.
No,
but like I went to Toronto as well, and I thought Toronto was like absolutely fire. Like
that shit seemed like a dope city.
That was absolutely amazing time. I went there last year for my birthday and went out with some friends. And it was the first time that Carolina
got a good nightlife?
back. Oh yeah, 100%. But it was the first time that Carolina came back in 2 years. So because of that, it was just like up. Like people from around the world were there, and we was turned. Like we turned the whole weekend.
That's what's up.
The whole week. My bad.
Yeah, I heard Toronto's lit.
Yeah, absolutely fire.
Well, shit.
Very lit.
Food was great. Great places to shop. Like
Pretty women.
very pretty women. Dope ass thrift shops. Good food. Like good weed. There's weed on like, or can we say that on here?
Yeah.
All right, smooth.
Definitely say weed on here, bro.
There's like weed shops on like 2 on every block. Like how we have Starbucks on every block, they got like weed on every block. It's crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah, because weed was legal in Canada before it was legal anywhere in the States, right? Yeah, because they play the Cannabis Cup out there.
Oh, you probably right.
That's in Toronto,
I don't
right?
know about that though.
The Cannabis Cup?
I really don't know nothing about that, and I should know. I work in the weed industry, but bro,
Look it
we
up
in
real
America. Yeah, but real shit though. Is there anything you gonna miss from here?
100% the homies, like first and foremost.
We don't count. I'm talking about like just literally. I'm talking about.
Damn, we don't
no,
count?
No, I'm for real. Cause like I'm talking about like I'm talking about like in the city though, like shit, like you know, food or like environment wise or like hangout spots like bars. Like, is there anything that you found in Portland other than like you know people and relationships that you gonna miss?
Hell nah.
I'm about to say. He said it took too long to answer that shit.
Nah.
Part of the reason I wanted that question asked though is just because I was like, yeah, man, this man got hella gripes about this city. So it's like I know there's some stuff out here.
I mean, like I wouldn't even say hella gripes, right? Like there are some things I definitely don't have hella gripes about Portland. Like again, I've been in the Pacific Northwest for my whole 20s. Like I graduated university. I went to Seattle. I would say I have more regrets with Seattle than I do with Portland. Like Portland.
Okay.
Like yes, I bitch about the weather and like the dating and stuff like that. But outside of that, I mean like that's just what it is in Portland. Like you gotta just get over that. And then outside of that, like Portland's cool. You know, you find your homies, you find your community, and then it is what you make it, right? So yeah, you know, I bitch and moan about some things, but realistically, like.
Shit, he'll tell you how much do I bitch about some shit in Portland. Every time I come on the west side, I hate the west side.
He's always like, bro, there ain't nothing to eat on the west side.
Yeah, fuck the west side.
It's the main complaint over here on this side of town. I'm trying to think of what other stuff you complain about out here. Oh, what is it? Nowhere to park?
Nah, it really is. It's really the food thing that I just have beef with the way they do food out here and the way they always trick you with the schedules and time. And like you can go on them on you know try to look up, see what the schedule is on a restaurant, and that shit's never accurate, or they want to play with you and close early. You know what I'm saying? Close at 2:00, open up at 7. Like who the fuck does shit like that? Like we trying to just get food.
I don't know. It's just crazy to me that people still like reference Real and Men as one of the best places to get fried chicken in Portland. Like that be driving me crazy. I'm like, yo, man, that place is not it. Cause have you ever had Real and Men ish?
Nah, I don't think so.
Any of y'all ever had Real and Men?
No? What food spots you fucking with in Portland? You ain't had none? Is it like whatever to you?
I'm not going front. Like, I do a lot of cooking. Like, I don't.
He cooks a lot.
That's fair. That's fair. You do every time I pull up at your crib, you do low key be cooking.
I cook
every time.
Like,
so I feel you.
I save money. I like understanding like what's going in my body, and it's really just that simple. Like, a lot of times too, I'll order food, and then when it's nasty, I'm upset because I've been like, damn, I could have definitely made something better than this, 100%.
That's
and then have some left over for the next day.
It makes sense. I'm a foodie, so I naturally just like I gotta try places. I'm a
foodie too, but like at the same time, like I like to like I'm a foodie in regards to like I like to eat it and then make it later. Like if I like the food, then okay.
I ain't even mad at that. Yeah. I feel you on that. That's actually kind of the way to go.
That's funny that you mentioned that because I've been trying to tell people that I'm like, yeah, like I've been trying to like recreate stuff that I like out of certain
That's what
restaurants
we do.
just so I don't necessarily have to like,
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
I don't know, just spend money on it all times. Like for example, like I love hibachi fried rice. It's like not that difficult to make.
Yeah. And imagine if you got a little joint too, like, you know.
Cook that shit up, Quay.
Yeah, shorty love when you cook for her too. That's just a little extra.
True.
Don't you got a little shorty right now too?
I do.
Tell us about her.
Like we gonna spot like that, but nah, her name's Ariel. She's dope. She works in like the medical research field.
You be cooking for her? You be whipping up that work?
We've cooked together.
Moving up that work.
I've cooked some food. She's had some food that I've prepared before.
Okay.
She gonna tell him it's good.
I've been
even when
given
it
the
ain't.
stamp of approval.
That's
You
right.
told me it was good.
I'm just, but that ain't gotta do her. That ain't gotta do her.
You said it was. You said it was good.
Yeah, it was. But I'm still.
She said it was good. My older brother said it was good. Everybody I made it for said it was good. I was like, oh.
I mean, shit. I do be keeping it a buck with him. I tell him if it's bland or not.
No,
I'm
facts.
like,
I
yo.
appreciate. I don't even.
I'm
I don't even trip over it either. I'm
but
like, look, I just
you been-
go back to the drawing board and get it right
I
next
can't
time.
lie though. Tokyo Table ain't fucking with my bruh. Fuck Tokyo Table. No disrespect,
got it
but
on
fuck
lock.
Tokyo Table.
That's the hibachi spot?
Yeah,
Which-
that's the one on like Division. It's,
Yeah.
it's basically the same thing as Benihana.
It's low key as hell though.
It is very low key.
You
Like
been
you
there,
drive,
right?
you drive. I
I
drove.
one like on the east side, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. We went
I used
there
to.
like not too long ago.
I used to drive past it all the time, and I had no idea it was there. And I just happened to like one day just want some hibachi, and I looked it up, and I was like, oh,
We went there
this joint been here the whole time.
a couple months ago. Me, Ashton, Justin, this girl. Ashton said he didn't really like it like that. I ain't gonna hold you.
It's really not like anything crazy.
Ashton's picky.
It's not nothing crazy though. It really ain't. Like the point to what we were saying is like he could cook that shit at the crib, and it's like damn, like you spent all that and you can cook that, have leftovers, and it was like yo, this shit actually busting.
Facts.
Facts, and it cost me like what $15 to make,
So yeah, I feel you on that.
as opposed to me spending $30 and me having no leftovers.
Shit, motherfuckers know me. I don't cook, man. My kitchen small as fuck. I ain't got time for that shit, man. That shit is stressful. Cooking's supposed to be therapeutic.
Like I don't mind the whole cooking process. I just hate the whole
don't-
prep.
no,
I just
I don't
I just
either.
hate the prep and the cleaning process.
I don't mind any of that, but if you're in a cramped kitchen with no space, bruh, with no counter space,
Nah, I agree with that.
it's very stressful. And I don't think if you've ever tried it, like no cap, like I got my kitchen, bro, is small. I got one counter, and that one counter has a sink in it and a microwave, so I don't have no space. I like literally have to like chop vegetables on my stove and shit. It's like stupid shit. It's like, bro, you can't do. It's like
So you got pretty much.
it's
yeah,
stressful.
Yeah.
It's just stressful. I don't even. That's why I'm like fuck cooking right now because it's like I need a bigger space. So I'm kind of eating out, man. I can't lie. This shit's not fun, but I ain't about to be cooking in that motherfucking kitchen.
Nah, but you said so you about to move to LA. You about to have hella good food down there. What's your
They got
first
good
meal?
food
What's
out there,
your
dog.
first meal in LA about to be?
I mean,
What do you think it's gonna be?
Grab that Tatsu Ramen for you when you out there, cause it's been
I'm gonna peep that. You gotta remind me.
I got you.
I mean, we can show it to you in a little bit.
No, for sure. What I'm looking forward to, definitely probably some good Jamaican food. I haven't really
Jamaican
had-
food in California, I can't imagine.
Yeah,
Yeah, I heard they got good Jamaican food out there.
For real?
Hopefully,
Yeah.
get some good Caribbean food. Definitely some good wings too. You know,
They got
besides-
chicken spots everywhere out
Yeah,
there.
besides like Alberta's, I feel like ain't really like a lot of like good chicken spots, like wing spots, for sure. So,
What was the name of the restaurant you were talking about? The ramen spot?
Tatsu Ramen.
but that's mainly what I'm looking forward to. But yeah, I'm interested in like just trying a lot of different things as well. I really just want to get like real accustomed to like just the LA culture and like what people like to eat and stuff. So I'm gonna definitely be around everywhere just looking.
But I know a few dope ass spots in LA, man. That
I mean, I just found a video on Tatsu Ramen if you want to check that out real quick.
Hey, go ahead.
All right.
there's a few spots that I know of in
My
LA that you
favorite
kind of
would be
vibe.
hippie ramen, which is a light and clear brown.
Nah, I'm not even
It's
talking
onion
food spots.
based. It's got a hint of ginger as well.
I wish y'all
And
could hear it,
served
but,
with
you know, I don't got enough
tofu,
headphones.
Pork or chicken, and you can even add some cheese to make it a little creamier.
Sorry.
These are so good.
Next time.
The noodles aren't like mushy. It's like really al dente.
Yeah.
They make the noodles on the
Super
spot
cozy.
there.
It's like one of those
Come watch
dishes
'em.
that you want on a cold day or on a sick day or just any
I mean, I
day.
get it, though. It's ramen.
Yeah,
I do
the
love
ramen's
ramen
so
though,
good.
so I'll
It's
probably
like
keep it.
sweet
There's
and
no
savory.
good ramen out here, man. That's one thing. That's
Kind of
ramen's
the
trash
perfect
out
dish. You
here.
have a little bit of everything. You
Um,
have your protein, you favorite noodles?
It's not terrible. I mean, there's a few good spots to get ramen
It's
from,
bland.
but
They
you
had no
gotta.
all the spots I had is bland, no flavor.
You gotta go to the right spots, man. That's the one thing about that's my biggest gripe about the Portland food scene is just that they don't really season their food properly out here. I mean, I wouldn't say they don't season it properly. They just don't necessarily add the
And it's
appropriate
good,
amount
though.
of salt to bring the rest of the flavors in the food out.
Ready to break it open.
What's that one spot?
So I guess you could say they don't season their food.
With the ramen.
You said what now?
There's that one spot in there, Target with the ramen.
Side is still good. Off one.
I don't know.
It's amazing.
Which Target? The one downtown?
Yeah. Yeah, the one downtown.
Yeah, I don't know.
There's a speakeasy in LA called I think
I think so. Maybe.
What's it called? Yeah, I never had it before.
there's a
It's like near Drexler's. I be forgetting the name, but it slaps.
there's a speakeasy in LA. I think it's called Adult Store. And it looks like an adult video store, but like when you walk in, it's like a theater. Like they have like an actual theater where you can watch movies. There's a bar and shit. But how I found out about it was when I was in LA. I was doing Postmates, and I forgot where I was like stopping at, but basically it was a frequent spot that I would go to wait doing Postmates, and I would look across the street and there was like this adult store, be like broad daylight. I would see like people waiting outside this store, and on the window it says adult store XXX, and I'm like, why is there a line at an adult store? Like this kind of weird, because it's like the way it was lined up, he was like, people don't just line up at an adult store. So I'm like, what the fuck going on? So after a few days of just like seeing this happen, I ended up looking it up, and it's an actual fucking speakeasy, bruh, and it's fire as fuck. But it's just cool. There's a lot of like hole, and it's like hole in the wall. Like when you look, it looks like a sketchy ass adult store. You would never even know. It looks like empty ass parking lot, but people be like lined up going in and shit.
That's interesting.
So shit like that be out here.
This joint?
No, this
No?
ain't. No, this is no, this ain't it. Wait a minute.
Cocktails.
What is this?
I mean, it's just like a speakeasy in LA. I figured this. I searched adult store LA, Los Angeles. Speakeasy.
No, it has an actual theater, like an actual, like it's like a little small like theater. Yeah.
Interesting. Now it's still showing up right now.
You know what has like a lot of good speakeasies as well? Like Seattle. Seattle has like a ton of like.
It's literally called like adult store or something like that. Like it's called like adult store or some shit like that. But anyway, the shit is gnarly, and the point is, there's cool ass like hole in the wall spots like that in LA, and like, you know, think about it from a standpoint of like there's so much vast shit you can get into versus out here.
Oh, yeah.
You do got speakeasies out here, but it ain't cool. Like it ain't got no vibe really.
Right. I mean, I'm not really a speakeasy type of guy. Anyway.
I'm just saying that there's cool shit to get. There's a cool shit like that to get into out there.
No,
you know what I'm saying? You just never know. It's literally like you gotta just explore and just be curious and find shit. Because if I would have never known if I was just like.
It's called Secret.
Oh, okay.
But it says adults only on the sign.
Yeah, because there was no sign on it. There's no name. It just says adults only.
All right, let me see if I can find a video of
That
it.
shit's pretty cool though.
I want to see it.
It's cool.
Somebody probably has done a walkthrough.
They had to. I mean, this was 2015, 2016. So I don't even know if it still exists anymore. To be real with you.
Get some water right fast.
All right.
Show.
Got it.
I took the headphones with you, man.
Good catch.
Cool. Oh, he said I gotta get some water real quick. Feel you, go quench your thirst. What you pulled up though is it though, because when you walk in, it looks like an adult store. It's literally when it looks everything. They got like videos, actual adult videos and shit. So you basically gotta walk through to know that is a speakeasy, or else you're just gonna walk back out like, oh, this is an adult store. It's pretty crazy, but I don't know what the fuck that is. They might not even have no videos on it. I'm not sure.
Yeah, this is it right here.
Yeah, probably. I don't know that lighting like that. They probably just did that on some.
That looks dope though.
I've seen that. That doesn't. I mean, I've never seen it with that lighting in there. So I
But
can't
it's like
tell.
it says like a video store, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you walk in, yeah.
So I got a question then.
What's up?
man?
So Tev, I know you're excited for like AI in like the next 5 years. What you excited for?
I'm not excited for AI in the next 5 years.
What you're excited about in regards to like AI?
I'm not excited. I just like fucking with it. Like, I'm not excited, but I just like fucking with. Like I said,
You just like playing with it because it's new.
yeah, like I'm an artist. Like I like to do creative shit. It's fun, and then like, that shit cool.
You still be doing the NFTs and stuff?
I never actually did an NFT.
Oh, okay.
I was trying to get into NFTs, but like it's not for me making one though. I was just But I mean, yeah, I don't know. The AI shit is cool though, man. But people are so scared of this shit. You know what I'm saying? And like I said before, it's just you gotta balance the playing field, and I don't know, fucking keep creating, man.
Yeah, I mean, I think people got reasons to be scared though, right?
The art shit is one conversation, but as far as just AI in general, dog, I don't really fuck with that shit. That shit is like, that shit is scary, dog.
I mean, I feel like it's only scary because like the sandbox isn't very clearly defined as like what is acceptable and unacceptable from an AI standpoint.
I think it could be scary, but I think it could be dope in terms of like
It can't be hella
what
dope.
like it can actually do.
Hell
Especially
yeah.
for like people, especially for like automation, right? Just making like life easier for people and processes in general.
But that statement is still dangerous. Make life easier. That ain't always a good thing. We already handicapped as it is, and making things easier is a slippery slope because you still have skill set, and I feel like skills. It kind of still all that still kind of like is in the equation.
You know what that is?
What?
It's evolution.
No, okay, I feel you, but still, at the end of the day, you got skills, and then you got people who have shortcuts. There's always going to be shortcuts. But at the end of the day, once you eliminate all of that to where it's just straight to the point, it does kind of get to the point to where it's like, all right, well, there doesn't need to have any skill set involved, which is...
I don't think we'll ever get rid of anything, right? Like, think about it.
We
right?
won't, but we will.
Think about it in terms of, like, old ages, like hunter-gatherers, where, people had skills with, like, skill cropping or trading and things of that sort. All we did throughout, like, back then versus now is make it easier. But people still have skills in order to get that work done.
No, but I feel you. It's not going to go away 100%, but I believe that authenticity as we know it is slowly becoming more of a... I'm going to say underground at this point because it kind of is. That's the best way. But authenticity is not going away. It's just less in the forefront. And that's across the board with everything. I mean, it's even down with the food. You damn near can't... We were just talking about it. Like, everything's processed. Like, everything authentic and organic is damn near, like, swept under the rug. You got to find that shit. So, yes, AI shit going to evolve, but authenticity is going to become more of a... I don't want to say niche thing, but authenticity is going to become more authentic. As crazy as that sounds, because I feel like the things that we look for in authenticity is you're gonna have to actually go out of your way to get it. And it's starting to be like that more and more now, if you think about it. You know what I'm saying? And with the AI shit, you ain't gonna be able to tell what's what sooner or later, so you're gonna have to go out of your way to really find the real shit.
But yeah, back to your point on, like, I guess skill eliminating. I mean, really, technology eliminating. I'd say technology eliminates the need for certain skills to exist. Because I mean, if you think about it this way, obviously, there's gonna be people who still possess these skills that are like seemed as kind of looked at as archaic at this point. Like, I mean, I guess this is kind of the best example, like the grocery store and like the whole hunter-gatherer mindset. Like, the grocery store exists, and now people no longer need to go do the whole hunter-gathering thing. Like, just walk down the block.
Yeah, they don't necessarily need to, like, grow their own crops and, like, do all this other shit, right? They could just walk into a grocery store, pick up some bananas, pick up some chicken and shit.
Yeah, but I mean, but if you think about the people that do possess those skills, if shit is to go left, like, for example, like, there is to be, like, some type of, like, I don't know, like, anarchy or, like, another pandemic or pandemonium situation break out, those people are better off to survive than...
I mean, we can all agree that there's levels to this shit.
The majority of other people.
There's levels to this shit.
Really want to keep it on the way,
but bro, it's a slippery slope for a lot of this shit. It's really,
so I get what both of y'all are saying.
It's literally damn near you damned if you do, damn if you don't, 50-50. Because if you want to use the whole thing with the people growing versus people just going to the store, is that what we're doing? Basically?
I mean, that's an example.
Well, but it is a good example because, like you said, if a catastrophe happens, it's kind of both ways. If you're dealing with a weather catastrophe, the crops might be fucked up. If you're dealing with a weather catastrophe, you might not be able to go to the grocery store. Supplies might be low.
Yeah, but I mean, if you have the basic knowledge of just like how to grow crops and live off the land.
But if the conditions is not able to do that.
I know, but I'm saying though, if you know how to maneuver around those conditions, like, yo, okay, I can't grow this because X, Y, and Z is happening. Let me try and live off of this plant. that exist in this current condition that you can kind of still eat.
This does open up an interesting conversation.
A lot of people don't even know that basic like what you can and can't eat if they were to get trapped in the wilderness. Like people be eating berries and stuff and
I still think that's a
dropping like flies.
We'll actually need to have those skills, but I mean, I do feel it.
I got a crazy question for y'all. I might fuck y'all up. Right now, state of emergency on the phone, on the radio, everything. They say shit is shutting down. There's been an outbreak, and it's like for real, like on that zombie shit. You know how we watched the zombie shit, and it was like slowly shit was happening, but they weren't sure. What if this shit was like we just weren't paying attention, and it's like boom. What's the first thing you gonna do?
Oh, like on somebody The Last of Us type shit?
Yeah, like right now it's like you just found out shit in the fan. Right now we here. It's like damn. Like at this moment, what are you doing?
Who car got the most gas?
That's the first thing you're doing is looking for a car.
Yeah, we gotta go.
You're not calling your family, see how they doing, see everybody cool. See
At that point, I mean, my parents are in Egypt right now, so
your parents in Egypt right now for real?
Yeah,
damn.
I can't call them.
God, dog, that's fucked up.
I can't call them if that really were to break out over in Egypt, like right now, or if that were to break out, like
shit.
Nah, like we gotta. Hey, we are in this room right now together.
Damn.
That's wild.
What are we about to do?
But I only asked that. I asked that because as crazy as it sounds, it's like a lot of people really ain't prepared. I ain't prepared. I'm not gonna say act like I am. That's why I'm just like, what do we do, man? Like what y'all motherfuckers gonna do?
I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't gonna prepare for that.
Nobody's prepared for that.
I'm not going to.
You can try to prepare for something.
But what would you do though? Like, it's like, what's the first thing that comes to your mind? Like, would you?
So the first thing that would come to my mind is first try to understand what's going on, right? So like, if everything was shut down, why is it shut down? What's going on? Like, what's the cause of it? From there, like, gain as much information.
You don't got time to figure that out.
Yeah,
no cap. It's no lie.
What you mean?
No, like this shit hit the fan. Look,
and Last of Us, you know what was going on?
No, not The Last of Us. What was the show?
I mean, they gradually found out what was going on.
No.
But think about it this way. What if you in a situation like the daughter where you just wake up in the middle of the night? Where you just wake up in the middle of the night.
The reason why I give you that hyper exaggerated scenario is because somewhere in the world there will be somebody that has no clue the shit's happening, bruh. And that's just reality. So it's like, if
that's happening, I'm probably just gonna die. Like, like I don't know what else to do.
I look at it and I hope it's not one of them situations where like I just happen to wake up to this BS happening. Like, yeah, let me already be present.
But the only way you survive is by having information about what's going on. If you ain't got no information, you're gonna die. 1,000%.
That's not 100% true.
I mean, that is true. Because like, I mean, they gradually, slowly but surely figured out that zombies were attacking people. Like, think about, like I said, the daughter
plus
woke up in the middle of the night.
That it was growing as well, and that you can get contaminated, bro.
What are you talking about? What are we talking about exactly?
The Last of Us situation.
See, I'm not talking about The Last of Us. I keep bringing that up right now. I
That's the relevant situation.
I was just.
That's the current relevant scenario to draw from based on what you're talking about.
I guess you're right though, because people are kind of going off that. But I was just saying it in a nutshell. I was just saying in a nutshell though, like some people, like I'm going off the scenario of the Walking Dead shit, the shit that happened before the pregame shit.
Yeah.
How it's like they were saying it, but it was either you believed it or you didn't, and people wasn't really believing that there's like people just randomly going crazy. Like people was just kind of like, they don't want to believe it, in denial. So you're gonna have a lot of people that's not really trying to like hear that real shit is about to happen.
Yeah, but homie's situation also didn't help. Homie's personal situation also didn't help his credibility.
It doesn't matter.
It does matter, bruh.
It's the reality is, man, if some shit going down, because I'm a motherfucker. I don't even watch the news, dog. So I gotta go off like just senses and the people around me in the streets.
But even to your point though about people just believing the situation, because I think of the mom in that, like with the Walking Dead joint, like she saw the zombie situation go down and she still chose to kind of like ignore it and like kind of like circle around it as if it wasn't really going on. Like, you just seen one of your son's friends, like, I'm talking about the car scene.
I ain't even watched that shit. I ain't gonna hold you.
I'm talking to Tevin.
Man, I ain't gonna lie, I smoked a lot of weed.
I feel you, but
motherfuckers got killed in there. All I know is if the shit happens, I'm not ready, and it's a thing to think about. Because when COVID happened, motherfuckers was walking around like a chicken with their head cut off, like I said before. And it's kind of tame now, but it really is an eye opener, man. Because what's next?
Yeah, we were talking about this earlier. Y'all really lost your minds over that toilet paper.
Right.
Over toilet paper
Shit
paper
crazy,
towels, bro. was like, of all things for y'all to stockpile.
Toilet paper.
Toilet paper, paper towels.
People got a boo boo.
That is hella true though. Shitting is a necessity.
And it's crazy. They left all the flushable wipes.
Which do the job.
I'm saying though, like
Great
if you
job.
know, if you know,
Right,
the
facts.
flushable,
Facts,
flushable
though.
wipes might even be better.
Facts.
Day one since day one.
Huh? No, they are.
Oh man.
We can't be giving out the gems though.
People
But,
really lost their mind.
Make sure you edit that out.
No, but like
Bleep that out.
on another note though, what's your? I know you said you're not gonna be out there for that long in LA, but career wise, man, do you have any game plans on your own? Are you trying to like leave an umbrella and do your own thing and boss up, or are you trying to like move up a ladder in like a corporate realm and boss up in an office? Like what you trying to do?
Well, I'm a radio boss. So
That's fair.
Let's not get that misconstrued.
No disrespect.
No disrespect.
You know what I mean?
Respectfully.
Yeah, respectfully.
But yeah, I mean that's the goal, right? Is to always get my finances up, right? I mean,
I'm really saying like moving up corporately
Yeah,
and
career-wise.
bossing or like owning a business. You know what I'm saying? Like, are you trying to move up a ladder or are you trying to branch off and
Do your
you know
own
what I'm
thing.
saying? Yeah, that's what I really mean.
I think right now, like, I don't necessarily care which either or. Right now, I'm kind of like more so in the learning phase. I'm just trying to learn as much as possible.
Trying to get that
And-
paper.
Yeah, but like in order to get that paper, you have to have knowledge, right? Like you have to have something that like people want. So right now, I'm just doing a lot of studying, doing like a lot of learning, and then by the end of the year, I'll start like forming out a game plan of how I want my career or like what my life to look like.
What you reading right now?
In terms of books,
Yeah, what you taking in?
so I'm doing a lot of things, right? Like I'm doing a lot of like studying in terms of like coding or like whatever. And then books that I'm reading right now, I'm reading like The Untethered Soul. It's a good book. It's kind of like detaching and like anxiety, things like
Like
that.
working on inner self type shit?
Yeah, definitely. Self-improvement, whatnot. What's the other book that I'm reading? Man, what was it called? It's called How Do You Live? It's a book. It's a very like popular like Japanese like literature book. It's made for kids generally, but like it was transcribed in English recently. So this book is actually being made into a movie. It's gonna be the last like studio. I always pronounce this wrong, so my bad. Ghibli. Movies.
I think you got it right.
Hold on, they're doing they're not doing no more movies?
No, this is the last installment.
Of a series.
Or
Or
this is the last movie that he's making.
oh.
Yeah,
Like the studio itself?
yeah.
Oh.
Or at least the director.
Okay.
Yeah, the director.
Okay.
So this is the last installment of it, and it's gonna be based off that book because he said that was his favorite book growing up.
That's dope.
Yeah.
That's dope. Okay.
That's what's up.
I'm actually kind of feeling like getting into it. I don't know what I want to read, but like I feel like reading something. And lately, like in the past few years, everything I read has not been like for entertainment. It's been like kind of like self-improvement type shit or educating myself. But I've been just wanting to read some shit because I'm feeling real creative. I feel like writing. So I actually been asking people a lot lately, like if they've been reading or not, or what they've been reading on, just to see what what
What
vibe people
sounds
on.
interesting to you, basically?
I know you ain't got no book right now.
I mean, okay. That's crazy, man. That's crazy.
Give me one. What you reading?
I've been trying to read this book for a minute. for a minute. Called Outliers by Malcolm Gladwell.
What's it about?
It's essentially about basically what you need to do to become an outlier in whatever field or whatever aspect of life you specialize in. Like, and it taps into like the whole like 10,000 hour rule, and goes a little bit deeper into like other stuff that you need to do to kind of like be looked at as an outlier. Like I said, in whatever you do, or like let's say
It's like a self-improvement book as well.
yeah, let's say you're like a part of a particular, I don't know, let's say ethnic group, like the black community or something like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
If
How
you
old
want-
is this book?
Right? I'd say it's over 10, about gotta be like 10 years old at this point.
It's probably more. I remember that book coming out like people reading it back in high school.
Okay, so over 10 years, probably like 15, 16, maybe 20, who knows. But yeah, it's by Malcolm Gladwell, and he just kind of breaks down essentially what you need to do to become an outlier in whatever you want to specialize in, or whatever you want to do, or whatever community you exist in.
What chapter you on?
Chapter 1.
What made you want to read that book?
It was given to me, and I had heard a bunch of interviews and stuff by this guy Malcolm Gladwell. And he's always seemed like an interesting person to me in general. So I was like,
Is there anything
I'll
that
check
you
it
want
out.
to be an outlier in?
Yeah, definitely from like a DJ standpoint, love to be an outlier in that. I work in marketing, so would love to be an outlier in the marketing space.
Man, he an outlier to the culture, bro.
Yeah, honestly, just being an outlier when it comes to like being a contributor to what people would consider the culture, even though it's really just black culture.
Have you like dissected on like how you want to like contribute to all of those, like being an outlier in terms of like DJing? Like, what does that mean?
Yeah, I mean, I
Like,
already kind
outlier
of
in
know
terms of,
how I
like-
should be contributing to that space, like even from a podcast
already
standpoint, just a
kinda
digital
doing it, I feel
content
like.
creator. Like I'm a like with the first director I had working at the place that I used to work at. She identified this, and she was like the first person I've ever worked under that actually identified this in me. Like I've always kind of known it to be true, but I was been kind of like trying to hopefully hope that somebody I worked under would also notice this in me. But she was like, "Yeah, bro, you're a connector. Like you're able to go into spaces authentically and organically,
And
adapt, and then also connect people to brands, connect people to other people. Like that's your superpower."
I can see that.
Hell yeah, I learned a lot from this man. For real, for real. Just from just watching, seeing how you move. Because you know me, like, I'm a more of, like, in the cut, you know. I be in the crib just working on shit all the time, you know what I'm saying? But just seeing how you move, I don't know. I see certain things. And it's like, yo, you definitely know how to connect. You know how to talk to motherfuckers. Like, I'm the type of person, I'll talk your head off if I vibe. But you can literally start a conversation with a complete stranger and it never comes off forced, weird, or it just makes sense every time. Like I seen you do it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, he makes shit so simple. And it's not hard. But at the same time, it's like you do it and you do it in a way where it's like you good at it and you're not even trying to do it. You that nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I mean, I feel like one of my last directors that I was working under recently, might be they pouring up some water over there in the kitchen. But no, they can hear. Because if I can hear it in the headphones, they can hear it.
That's funny.
But yeah, it's like, and it's kind of a shame that the situation just didn't work out the way it should have. But I mean, I feel like one of my directors kind of noticed, I don't know, the attributes and the strengths I had from like a professional standpoint a little too late, to the point where it was like, dang, like we should have tapped into this dude and like actually like leaned into him a little bit more. But by then it was too late. But yeah, that's definitely my strong suit, just being a connector. That's kind of what I want to be known as, just being an outlier in the connector space, especially since I work in marketing.
I like that. I think that's
And marketing is nothing but relationship. It's nothing but building and establishing relationships with people.
True. Not to try to gas you up or anything like that, but to kind of reiterate on it, I do feel like when I said you being an outlier to the culture, you know,
raise them up.
people, you know, everybody in these days want to be in front of the camera. Everybody wants to have status and everybody want to feel like somebody. You know what I'm saying? For whatever. Well, you know what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Like everybody want to feel like they're part of something, and you know, be a part of the culture. And we just had a conversation not too long ago about what's cool and what's not and shit. And I feel like I've known
we always talking about what's cool and what's not.
True. I've known you since high school though, bruh. And you've always been somebody who is in the know. You know what I'm saying? And with you knowing the skills you know and being the connector that you are, it's inevitable that you leave a footprint in the culture. You know what I'm saying? Somehow. So when you say you doing the deed, that's why I say you kind of already doing this shit. Maybe if you're not even realizing it. You know what I'm saying? Because with you doing the DJing and you doing trying to do the events and bring something new to the table, that's the start right there. Because at the end of the day, a lot of people is DJing. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people is getting into this shit, but that don't mean that everybody gonna be good at it. That don't mean that everybody's gonna be able to connect and get in certain places, certain rooms. Just like that analogy I made earlier when we was having a conversation on AI. Everybody can get the same ingredients for a pizza, but that shit don't mean it's gonna come out fire.
Nah, facts.
You know what I'm saying? And that's real ass shit. You still gotta know how to chef that motherfucker up.
Gotta put some garlic butter on that.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel like you being somebody that knows how to chef it up, and you naturally being a person of the culture, not because you trying to be, it's because you are. It's like you should be the voice. Is basically what I'm saying.
Yeah, but I feel like in certain spaces that I've been in, I don't know, like there's just a lot of inauthenticity that exists
I know.
in those spaces. So it's like, for me, it's like I'm also I've never been one of those, hey, look at me, clout chasing individuals. So it's like, for me, it's like, yeah, like I'm not after any type of like necessarily recognition or need to be in the
'cause
spotlight.
You're not, because you him.
This fan came on. I was like, what is that noise?
You
But-
not, because you him. You know what I'm saying? When you one of them ones, it ain't about that. And I'm saying that for real. Like,
But it's also annoying though in the space that I work in, because I mean, a lot of people in marketing
but
are
see,
so
hold on.
hey, look at me ish, that it's like, if you're not one of those hey, look at me individuals,
man, fuck that space,
You kinda
bro.
get
That's my
overlooked
but that's my point though. Fuck that space. That space is not you. You are the culture. That space is not the culture. That space is somebody trying to
essentially profit exploit
the
and profit
culture.
off the culture.
That fuck them. You are the culture. We the culture, and you building an imprint. You don't belong in there. You gonna make your money outside of that, and that's that's the point. Like, fuck that space.
I know you said you like doing marketing, right? So like, you ever thought about what that would look like if you did that independently?
That exactly.
Yeah, man.
Exactly.
I've started to kind of think about that.
Exactly.
I've been thinking about that heavily over the last couple of months. Like, a lot of people I've been talking to, former coworkers, and they were like, yeah, like, you should try and start your own agency maybe. And I'm like, I mean, I've thought about it, but at the same time, it's like, how does one properly go about doing that to the point where they can actually sustain it and make money off of it long term, and then also find ways to create opportunities for other people in that space?
I don't
talk to John.
I mean, yeah, but he also don't necessarily have his own agency. He's done some like freelance work, but that's different than like having your own agency and being able to employ other people.
I'm talking about John Kennedy.
Who?
Anyway,
John Kennedy.
I think
I'm talking about old buddy from Wyatt and Kennedy though.
what was I about to say?
The founder.
Oh, one of them died not too long ago.
Oh damn, that's tough.
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
Damn, I was about to say, man.
I think both of them might be dead now. Slick.
Why you like both be alive? You over here wishing them dead?
As far as this marketing thing go, though, bro.
I mean,
like,
they both old.
I don't think it's necessary. Like, okay, you know me. I'm always gonna come from a creative standpoint, and you know me. I don't fuck with corporate. I don't think it's about creating an agency. You could do that. I'm not saying don't do that. I think it's about taking those skills and literally doing. You already doing it. It's just, keep moving. But like, take the marketing skills and implement that into your own, and it ain't necessarily.
Yeah, it don't have to be an agency.
It don't have, and we're already doing that. You know what I'm saying?
Small,
Yeah, but even if it's like not even
to
from
a
an agency
client.
standpoint, just like even from a consulting standpoint, it's like, how can I not only make money for myself but also find ways to
You work with people you know.
I know, but I'm saying though, like, I gotta also get handed projects or get placed on projects that would allow me to bring in people that I rock with.
You need to pull up to Soft Society this week.
I think that's
what you
the
need to
issue
do.
though, because you said you got to get handed to it, right? Like,
No, not handed, but I mean, I have to like.
You got to go out there. And
I have to get projects that would allow me.
I know what he's saying.
You got to go out there and take them projects.
No, for real though.
I know it's just
No, for real. That's why I said you need to go to this week's Soft Society,
no. I plan to.
because like, it really does. It comes with connect. You just honestly, this is what I've been doing. Motherfuckers that know me know that, like, I'm not a starving artist, but like, I have the heart of a starving artist, but I strive for independence. Meaning, I ain't trying to be broke, but I understand the sacrifices with certain things. So I chose a certain route versus my peers. A lot of my peers chose the corporate route. I chose the creative route. But I always knew one thing that was parallel to the lanes, is that it's all about what you bringing into the table at the end of the day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I really feel like, it's opportunity that you're looking for. Like, if a motherfucker don't give you the opportunity, you gotta create the opportunity. And I never came from the corporate world, and also didn't go to college, so I always was like, man, if I don't build a resume of my own, then it's not gonna happen. So I'm saying all this to say, it starts out small scale. You may not get nothing from it in the beginning. Like, I got my clothing brand, I got my website, we got an art show out here, we just put a media hub together. We're now doing the podcast and creating content. You know what I'm saying? It's like slowly, you know what I mean? And then the skills you learn from your world, the skills that I learned from my world, it's like that's just happening right now. You're basically on the foundation of whatever it is that you own. And I feel like that everything you've learned this whole time has led up to this point. So I feel like shit, embrace that shit. That's why I say fuck that space. Me personally, I would not try to go back into that space. I feel like everything has for a reason. Them motherfuckers didn't want you there anyway, so they didn't value you. Yes, there will be people.
Definitely didn't.
There will be people that will value. There will be a company that value you, but they're only gonna value you as far as what they're willing to get from you.
Let me not say they. I'm gonna just say they as in the two individuals I was working under.
But when it's corporate, you got to say they, because when you're dealing with corporate, you got to deal with ladders, you got to deal with bullshit, you got to deal with. At the end of the day, bruh.
You got to do what works for you at the end of the day. To be honest, like whether that's going corporate, whether that's working independent, you really just got to do like what you feel is right.
I was trying to do both.
And you can still do both.
Nah, but I was trying to like do both. I was trying to do it both like at a brand that I liked, and
it makes sense
that existed in the space that I like to exist in.
But there's more brands that you like than just that.
Exactly.
Yeah, true.
But this is why I be saying the only reason why I'm going so
but
hard.
That one was a little tough though, because it was just like that was the one that I had been talking about literally since like the age that they start asking kids like, yo, what you want to do when you get older.
And I feel that. But fuck it, what's number 2?
Exactly.
I'm hip.
Exactly.
I'm hip. But like I've been telling people, I'm like, yo, I was the type of person that like my plan.
This shit crazy.
No, I was on this shit. No,
well, I mean, but
my plan.
My plan. But your plan worked out though.
It did exactly.
Like you got it right. You was right there. Right?
But it's just like
imagine all the people like who never even got a job.
Bro, facts.
No, I'm hip. But I was planning on like spending the rest of my professional like corporate career.
That wasn't part of your path.
Obviously not. But I'm just like, yo, like I'm the type of person.
But
that,
you
like,
still did it though. You made it.
Right. But what I'm saying is, I was the type of person that was like. That had been my goal since like childhood. So it's like even my plan B, C,
and you achieved that goal.
No. But check this out. I'm hip. I'm acknowledging that. But I'm saying though, like I was the type of person for the longest where it's like, regardless of wherever the spaces I ended up in, my plan B, C, and D were only in existence to still get me back on track for my plan A.
But you already hit plan A.
I honestly.
Right. So now I've just been having the hardest time trying to figure out what is next. Now
dude, listen, Aaron, for real.
Matter of fact, like you still on plan A technically, right? Like you already accomplished that goal. You just on to the next thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I was saying. I've been having the hardest time trying to figure out what's next.
Stop saying that, man.
What do you mean?
Because, bro, it's everything happening right now the way it's supposed to happen, my guy. Like the funny part about all this shit, how I got here. What'd you tell me on the phone?
I was trying to get you back to LA.
No. You said, bro, you should come out here. I want to do a podcast.
Well, nah, I've been talking about doing a podcast for a minute.
You have, but you want, like, I wasn't planning on coming to fucking Portland.
Nah, I know you were trying to get back to LA. And I was like, I'm trying to start a podcast. I'm on the West Coast. LA is on the West Coast with Portland. It's only a state away.
Right.
I'm like, bro,
but
come out to Portland. Come kick shit with me. Save up some bread. And then help me get this podcast off the ground, and then when you want to move back to LA, move back to LA.
So what I'm saying is everything, all up until now, we're doing it. Where you supposed to be right now, and I truly believe them motherfuckers doing what they did to you was like the biggest blessing, and you can't look at it in the negative. That's my opinion. So I believe that.
I can kind of agree with that too, just because like,
cause you that in the culture. You supposed to be the voice of the culture, bruh. You one of them, and I was like, embrace that shit. Don't fuck them motherfuckers in the space. You where you supposed to be. That's why I feel like just keep on figuring it out. Like you doing it right now. What's happening right now? Like
no, I mean I've definitely accepted it and definitely understand that everything's happening for a reason. But it's just like the 9-year-old version of myself is still just very like
the 9-year-old version of yourself should be happy still. Should be fucking proud.
No, the 9-year-old version is happy that I like got there. Like, but it's just like the 9-year-old version of myself is still kind of like a little empty because I didn't get to do everything that I necessarily wanted to do in that space.
I mean, where you start ain't always.
Plus, corporate is always on fuck shit, so you just gotta always know that.
That's true.
You gotta literally. I hate to sound pessimistic, but once you realize corporate don't give a fuck about you, it's much easier to move around.
No, definitely. And I've also always been one of those people that's always been trying to appease the inner child within myself.
And
like,
it's not just corporate.
It's the fucking plastic guns.
Facts.
It's
I would never. I would never do.
People.
I've always said I would never do anything that the 10-year-old version of myself wouldn't.
As far as the corporate shit,
be okay with me doing.
Break it down.
Like corporate is what? It's just an organization or a business made up of people. So like whether it's a corporate or independent, you still gonna mess around and fuck people.
That's
true.
But
that's not one. But yes, always. But there is a certain type of real stigma that comes with corporate for a reason.
But
and there's a lot of
there's stigmas that come with both.
Yes, but bruh.
Well, hear him out, Ish.
Nah, real shit though, because like I'm gonna be naturally biased, though. I'm not gonna lie. My opinion's gonna be naturally biased, but at the same time, it's not, because it comes from experience and real life experiences. We've all kind of been experienced where we've seen what corporate does. We know that it's harder to do things on your own independently, but we know that the reward is way more valuable. We saw what happened when COVID hit and motherfuckers lost their jobs. People rely on someone else. Yes, don't get me wrong. You can fail in your business too, but I'd rather fall on my ass on my own terms than fall on my ass for through somebody else's, or on somebody else's terms, or on somebody else's watch. You know what I'm saying? So I do feel like on a corporate end, like, yes, you're gonna deal with bullshit the same way you holla back, bro. I love y'all, man. Be safe.
All right, y'all.
Appreciate you, man.
I do feel like on a corporate side, you're gonna do a bullshit just like you deal with independent. But there's certain structures in place with corporate that you just don't get with a lower scale or a non-corporate company. There's more, what's the word?
More freedoms?
More integrity involved, more real connection. I give you a prime example. When you're dealing with corporate, unless you have a certain type of relationship with somebody, it's either you gotta kiss ass or do some shit to try to get, you know what I'm saying? If you ain't got that, you have to basically compromise certain situations to get in certain situations. And even with having a problem with somebody, down to they got human resources, bruh. Human resource offices exist for what reason?
To protect the company.
No, but that's funny you say that, because when you go, when
Literally.
you have an issue with a company, you go to human resource office.
No.
You're supposed to fucking go there and get resolved. But remember, like you said, it's with people, right?
Don't go to
if you
HR.
piss somebody off, you just making the situation worse.
Don't go
That
to-
shit really be happening more in corporate than it does in independent or like non-corporate. So what I'm saying is, you dealing with a lot more bullshit in corporate than you do on the other end. You just do. Like, it's just the truth. Because it's capitalism. At the end of the day, money is run. They don't give a fuck about none of that extra shit. It's protocol and it's money. And it's structure.
I'm just gonna tell you, bro. Like, I'll give you a very unbiased opinion. It sucks for both, bro. Like, whether you're corporate or whether you're independent, like, regardless, like, at the end of the day, you can get fucked over on either. Like, that's just
You can, for sure.
So, like, it's really about what path you want to choose. Like, there's neither path is more profitable than the other. Like, it's just what it is. What it is. You can make a lot of money in corporate. You can make a lot of money being independent. Neither is better than the other. It's just whatever you choose to choose is your decision.
I mean, how I want to play the game, I want to be in bed with corporate, but in my own way. Meaning, they coming to me, I ain't going to you.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
100%.
Like, that's how I see the shit, and I feel like, you know, that's how I wanna work this shit. It's either that or I ain't fucking with them at all. But I mean, you know, I don't know. I'm always gonna be like that. And then after seeing what happened to my bro, and then, you know, what happened to me even with Google, because like I always bring up the Google shit, because that shit really was foul, dog. They really did fire me on my day off and really genuinely did not tell me why. Like, they literally did not tell me why. And it's just, you couldn't even tell me why you fired me. But I'm young at the time, so I don't even know. I'm not thinking. I wasn't thinking about unemployment. I don't even think I could have got unemployment for that shit, to be real with you, because I think you had to be there for a certain amount of time or something, right, to even get unemployment, right? Either way it
Not
goes,
sure exactly how that
me
works.
being young and ignorant, I wasn't about to fight it, or, you know, it's just whatever. But the point is, it's like seeing that happen and then knowing that I had an opportunity. I might not even be talking to y'all right now if I would have kept the job that I had, but I chose Google because they was paying more. And I'm like, shit, I'm going for that. And then it's Google. I'm thinking Google on my resume, even though that shit had nothing to do with what I wanted to do in life. It had nothing to do with my vision. But I'm thinking, like, you know, pays good and it looks good on a resume. But it's like, I was literally working for a distribution company that owned a clothing brand. And yeah, I was already on the path that I was working on. Like, I was on the right path, basically. And I chose the money route. I chose money instead of following my heart, which the money was going to come anyway. I ended up on my ass anyway. So, but that's my personal experience. But I'm only saying that because at the end of the day, and then going forward, my dude, this is the longest job I've ever had in my life, dog. And I'm a hard worker. It's just that I'm an artist. I'm a creative. It don't work for everybody. Like, for me personally, corporate kills creative spirit a lot of times. You know what I'm saying? And unless you have great relationships and you have a good environment, it's not healthy for a creative. It's more sacrificing than anything.
I mean, it definitely does. I just even think of the projects that we would work on creatively. It's like we would have projects, and then it's like we would literally brief in an agency to execute it creatively. It's like, damn, this was my idea, and I can't even, like,
Yeah. But again, it really depends, right? Like, for situations like that, yeah, you're working at a huge company, right? So, of course, they're going to outsource their work. But if you're working for, like, an agency or even, like, a smaller company, a lot of that work you're going to be doing yourself.
But
so,
even
like,
then,
it doesn't necessarily kill creativity.
On the other end
it
of
really
the
depends on, like, where you're working.
Not to cut you off, but on the other end of the foot, like, even working in the agency space, it's like, I just pitched this dope creative idea to this client, but of course the client always has the final creative say. So it's like,
but that's always going to be the case. Like, if you're working with somebody,
I know, but even that
independent.
eats away. Even that'll eat away the creative, because it's like, dang, I just came to you with this dope creative idea that I know for sure will 100% resonate with your audience based on how you briefed us in, but based on X, Y, and Z and all the politics that go on internally behind closed doors, like, the idea is not really going to come out the way it should come out for the audience it's intended for.
Yeah, but that's just services. Like, that's just how any service works, right? Like, some people might not like the service or like the idea, and that's just how it is.
Yeah.
That's how it is. Like, when you're like creating something or doing something for like somebody else, like, it's harder because they have the opportunity to say yes or no.
That is true. But what I was really just saying is, as far as the creative shit though with corporate, is that I just see that for where I wanted to go in life, I noticed that I could never keep a job, and it wasn't because I wasn't a good worker. It was because there was, and in a way, it sounds like I say I have a problem with authority, but it's more like I have a problem with the way structure is made with these companies. A lot of people have responsibilities and obligations. They got kids. They got mouths to feed. So a lot of people will put up with companies' bullshit simply because they can't afford to lose their job. Me being young and just being a risk taker and not giving a fuck and just knowing my value, I just got tired of working jobs knowing that I'm being treated a certain way. And then it was always some stupid bullshit. It'd be always some dumb, petty shit, but it would always put me in a position where it's like, either I can allow this to happen or I could speak up and say something, and it's just going to make the situation annoying. But it's like, I'm doing what's right, even though I know it's making my situation worse. You feel what I'm saying? And it's like that a lot in jobs. But then when I move to a new job like this, a job that works within my lifestyle, within my environment, I have been the longest job I've kept. And then what's even crazier, when COVID hit, I got to keep my job. A lot of people got laid off. So I'm only saying, it's like, at the end of the day, it's like, I just look at the corporate and I'm like, man, that shit was not for me and it didn't work. Like, I don't, and I feel like if you naturally are a person who's innovative and creative, you can maneuver in the corporate world. I'm not saying you can't, but it might be easier to just get out the mud on your own. And I'm just now figuring that out where I'm at now, because I'm kind of spoiled now. I work in the weed industry, bro, and it ain't even about the fact that I can smoke weed. It's just so much more to it. Like the hoodie I was wearing, Burn Money Studios, that's where I record music at. I would have never met the people I met if it wasn't for me working at the weed shop. Like, all my connections and all that, just like that, I didn't get that shit working. And don't get me wrong, corporate offices is different. Even you've encouraged and said, yo, you should be in those offices. But at the same time, I saw what happened to you, and I'm like, damn, that could have happened to me too.
I mean, not necessarily created in the office, but I mean, like working for the brand. But I mean, like, you should be in the office, like, working with these brands creatively, because I
still feel like I'm inevitably gonna be working with these
yeah, definitely.
These
but I mean,
sure.
I was just trying to figure out ways to like expedite that shit for you. Like,
Nah,
whether that be like you going into the agency space and landing on a creative team, and you're directly working with these clients, like pitching them ideas creatively, like, oh, this is some new graphics we came up with for this new campaign.
I got cold feet with that Wyden and Kennedy thing. I regretted it for a brief moment, but then I kind of was like, man, I don't regret it, because I even talked to people. I've talked to people in industries and corporate industries and people, peers and shit, and mostly everybody kind of encouraged me to stay on my path.
But I mean, like I said, most of these brands ain't going nowhere anytime soon. So it's like, all you gotta do is pop, create the noise, necessary buzz around your name, to the point where it's like you have the brands knocking at your door, and you get to pick and choose which one you want to work with.
True. I mean, yeah. I mean, and I feel like that's inevitable. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's why I always was trying to build my own and create my own opportunity. That way, eventually I have accolades and people look and it's like, oh shit, look what these people are doing. Like, and it sounds like a fucking dream, but at the same time it's not, bro, because we doing it right now. You know what I'm saying? So, shit, I don't know. Not to get on a tangent, but shit is real though, man. I personally though, I feel like in the next 5 years though, all of us, we definitely gonna be in a good place. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we're gonna be in a really good place. I feel like this year is a good year. It's moving fast, but I feel good about this year. I ain't gonna lie. We just getting started, really. I'm trying to get a few little things taken care of, and then I'm gonna put out some music this year. We're gonna be putting out more videos, content. I'm pretty lit.
Y'all got a vision board?
Kind of, sort of, yes.
Yeah, kind of.
I have a board in my home myself, and he got a board, I think.
Yeah,
but
there's a little bulletin board over here. I put
Have y'all,
pictures
like-
and
we got
stuff
a
on the bulletin
schedule
board
too.
right
We got a
now,
schedule we
but
can create.
But have y'all like wrote down like what y'all want to achieve and like what y'all want to do?
We have before, but we haven't updated. We need to update.
yeah.
I think you should look at it every day and like make sure you're updating it because that's how you like stay focused on like what you want to do or like who you want to become.
I agree.
So
I agree. I actually need to update my board myself. The crazy thing is though, like how I work is pretty interesting because when I look back at my board, I like accomplished the majority of all the shit that was on my board. There was like literally one thing. It wasn't even anything. It was some shit that I had to mail out, which is funny. I didn't mail some shit out that was on the list. But other than that, like I actually I pretty much did most of the shit that I wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? So I got my first music video done. That was a big fucking milestone for me, man. You know what I mean? But that's neither here or there.
And we've highlighted the video on the podcast before in the past. Like, I've seen the quality of it. Like, it's pretty dope. And that was 100% pretty
True.
much manifested by him and created by him
Hey,
with the help of some homies.
This is random as fuck, but I don't want to forget. Because we was talking about the AI shit. I want to play that message, bro, for the people.
Oh, huh.
This is so random, y'all, but so he leaving, like I said, tomorrow.
yeah, I got an early flight.
Should I just send it to you?
I'm about to tap out. I ain't
Send it to
gonna
your
lie.
phone?
Oh, you could just send it to you. You can play it on your phone.
I'm about to tap out real soon. I ain't gonna
Yeah, he getting tired on
So
us.
we about to, I guess, play this message for him and then tap into this jam session and we gonna slide up out of here.
So I've been messing with this AI cloning shit. I'm not gonna tell you whose voice I cloned because I ain't trying to deal with no legal shit. But basically, I just cloned a voice and I was just fucking with him, man. I'm just be fucking with people. So I sent him this stupid ass message, and it's kind of funny. Let's see if I can find it.
Damn, bruh. Yo ass really leaving a but real get to the bag, so do that shit, bruh. Make sure you keep that thing on you out in LA. Street spooky. That Diff being weird and shit. Talking about express my feelings and shit. So yeah, we gon' miss you, bruh. Oh, and let me get any weed you can't take with you. I need bongs, trays, papers, all that. You a real one. Thanks in advance.
You a real one. Thanks in advance. Bruh. But it's crazy how they add the emotion in that shit, and I did not tell him to do that. Like, it's...
Yeah, because when he first sent me that, I was like, wait a minute, how'd you get him to like put certain inflection on certain
You a real one.
inflections on certain words and stuff like that? I'm like, he was like, oh, the AI just does it automatically just based on what you type in. It just like puts his own emotion on there.
Thanks in advance.
I was like, that's crazy.
These are about you could definitely have my bong and tray. I'm like, nah, I'm good, bro.
Yeah, that's funny. But yeah, we about to hop into this jam sesh real quick. As we
Hell yeah, I'm about to
send the homie,
I'm about to get on what you want right now, man.
the
I ain't gonna
homie
lie.
off.
Man, we appreciate you holding it down and at least attempting. You actually held it down
facts.
for like a whole hour at least. I was surprised.
Facts.
That means you love us.
All right.
Hey, real shit.
Well, yeah, this last track is by Premo Wriss, and it's called Wriss Part 2.
Oh yeah.
Not as ratchet, a little bit more chill, but you know, still a little ratchet. But not really. Oh, that was him in the background.
Right.
I was like, what?
Yeah.
Let me talk to him. I'm a cold nigga, round town, got the hoes with him. Getting real guala out for show, living. Cooking up dope, let the stove sizzle. I'm a road runner, bitch tap in with a cool 100. Brand new Benz with the shoes on it. Money on dance, put the moves
Well, yeah,
on
per
it.
usual. You know, we appreciate y'all coming through, kicking it with us. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and of course share with your friends.
Crystal Spiller,
And of
big
course,
league ball hitter.
we appreciate the homie Ish coming through and kicking it with us too.
Never know
Y'all say bye to Ish.
Before he slides out of Portland and go to LA. Cause he ain't never coming back.
Yo, I told him. I said the next time I see you, we both gonna be in that bag.
Yeah, like,
Motherfuckers gonna be up next time we see each other.
he's one of the homies that I'm confident I will never see him back in Portland again. He over there laughing. Because you know it's true.
I run an insane strip, gotta keep the hoes real loose. Got game for your
Gotta keep 'em
membrane,
loose.
bitch, so put on them go-go boots. Go hard till you can't no more.
Them damn boots.
Real hard in the paint, low ho.
You know what boots I'm talking about,
Left
too.
hand down.
Damn
Boots.
boots.
It's a real nice show. Niggas say I ain't got no hoes. I got yo bitch, and they all got hoes.
Them Astro Boy boots.
Astro Boy boots is
the game ain't free, but for you,
I don't know
you
how.
make it feel
They
low.
just what they are.
We'll see.
You can't be mad at them.
It's funny. Somebody posted something about me the other day on social talking about something. So who's gonna legit check these
You know,
at like
Joe Budden,
StockX? And I'm like, yeah, that's a good point.
Joe Budden did kind of make a funny little statement though. He was like, Kanye was kind of like the one that started that shit when he started wearing them goofy ass boots. Because at the end of the day, they're not exactly that, but that's kind of like the precursor. Because like Kanye West was wearing them dumb ass boots, and it's like,
Oh, you talking about the rain boots?
Yeah, we had red ones at one point.
He did. He had color.
Yeah, multiple colors.
Colors, flavors. But
And
yeah,
some people try to pull it off, but like it was like, no, don't do that. That's you just leave it to Kanye.
basically, a lot of things should be left to him. A lot of things should not be left to him as well. But we gonna head out. See y'all later. Appreciate y'all coming through and kicking it. All right, ish. Enjoy LA. We'll catch you next time.
Holla back, world.